Okay, I just now seeing this. Apparently, I guess according to Disco, Wesker buffed, and I saw something from Starva mentioning stuff. So let's see what this is. The master increase the size of SAR detection by triggering grabs. Yes, they fixed it. Yeah. The image with the Viron Bell now comes for the Chaser emblem. Oh, that's cool. Oh fuck yeah! They fixed it. They did the thing. Content archives. Visual feedback has been updated for the Glyph Massacre Orange Cliffs Challenge. Oh, have they added that back? Oh, I guess so, because... Yeah, okay, bug fixes. Fix an issue that caused a subtle camera offset in game, which led to motion sickness in some players. Caused the face of survivor Carlos's to be distorted after being moried by some killers. Fix an issue that caused the masterminds to be able to grab survivors through thin walls while using violent bound. Oh, really? Fix an issue that may cause the mastermind to be able to grab survivors with his airplane near some stairs. I've experienced that before. Fixing an issue that may cause survivors to clip inside assets when slammed into them by the mastermind's violent bound. Yeah, that was quite noticeable in P2B and afterwards. Fixing an issue that caused fully infected survivors to play the dying scream SFX when another survivor is slammed into them by the mastermind's violent bound. Fixing an effect that caused fully infected survivors to play the injured grunt SFX when hit by the mastermind's tentacle. Fixing an issue that may cause the trigger bound prompt to be visible in situation where violent bound can't be used. Fixing an issue that caused the pulse effects to stay until the end of the trial after mastermind is stunned while using virulent bound. Fixing an issue that caused survivors not to be thrown down when the violent bound ends close to the ledge. Fixing an issue that caused the mastermind to be able to grab survivors interacting with the chest when using violent bound. Oh wait, really? So he couldn't so he just couldn't grab them. Did he still slap them, or did he just do nothing? Huh. Fixing an issue that caused the mastermind to push back survivors exiting lockers and into the locker when using violent bound to rush at it. What the fuck? Fixing an issue that may cause the mastermind to block unhooking by rushing at the hook survivor with a violent bound. Fixing that would cause the mastermind violent bound not to trigger a decisive strike. So that wasn't intended. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, that's fine. Especially since I've nerfed it in the big update, so, it's basically... I mean, it's not, completely useless, but, Anyways, fixing an issue that caused the alert perk not to trigger when the mastermind destroys a brick wall with violent bound, so using the iridescent add-on. Fixing an issue that caused the icon to be missing when picking up a first aid spray from a supply crate. Fixing an issue that caused the hyper-focus perk not to play its effects on healing actions. Wait, it plays a healing? On top of... Wait, what? Or is it just you gain tokens from maybe, I don't know. Fixing that caused the generator's aura to remain shown for the rest of the trial if a survivor leaves the trial after installing a trap using the wiretap perk? Oh, jeez. Fixing an issue may cause survivors to be stuck after being interrupted by the doctor's shock therapy while unhooking. Fixing an issue that sometimes causes the HUD's player statuses to be constantly displayed in their brightened state. Fixing an issue that sometimes causes the player's name tags to be partially cut in the lobby. Oh yeah, that happened with Rebecca and stuff. Fixing an issue that caused the pig's ambush dash attack prompt to erroneously display the prove thyself perk description in non-English languages. What the what kind of glitch is that? I don't know, but this, honestly, I mean, a lot of those things... So it sounds like they fixed, a lot of the problems with Wesker. They increased his grab, hitbox, which was needed, because, okay, so, for those who don't know, basically, in the PTB... his collision hitbox and his grabbing hitbox were pretty dang big. They were 40 something meters or something like that, or whatever, and they're both too big because you got grabs that you just shouldn't have. When they're the survivors were not even near you, and sometimes apparently behind you even. And then of course you could collide with a lot of things that are so small and significant that you really shouldn't. And then after, when they released it, they made it so that both the collision and the, survivor grab hitboxes were both smaller than Wesker's model. Now, for the collision, that's good. For the survivor grabbing, however, being that the hitbox to be able to grab survivors was smaller than the actual model of Wesker, it well, how do I put this? It kind of meant that a lot of times, so in the P2B, a lot of times you would get grabs that you weren't even close enough that you shouldn't have got them, and it was kind of unfair for survivors and just felt kind of dirty as a killer. But then, and after the release, you would just get a lot of times robbed of grabs, or you would get so close to a survivor, like you would be like breathing down their neck, and you would just go right past anyways, even though you're like right next to them. And usually with hitboxes in Dead by Daylight, with like Huntress's Hatchet, like Dead McCork's Shred, Lethal Hit from Bright, a lot of attacks, both basic and especially like certain special ones, have semi-generous hitboxes, or generous enough hitboxes that if you're like right next to them, you're probably gonna hit it. Like even with Deathslinger, like even his harpoon gun, like if you're like pretty close to them, even if it's like necessarily touching them per se, you're still probably gonna get them generally. But with the grab, and apparently like one YouTuber by the name of Scott Jund, I don't know how you're supposed to say it necessarily, had a clip where he literally went entirely directly through a survivor who was like directly in front of him, like in the middle of the screen, and he went straight through him, like straight through. And there's a lot of other things. So thankfully, now it's bigger. How much bigger is not specified, but it is bigger. So nevertheless, it's gonna be better now. It's gonna be actually a lot more feasible and possible to get grabs now. And obviously, it wasn't like impossible to get grabs like before this bug fix, but it wasn't. It was a lot harder, like a lot harder in the P2P, and just harder than it should have been. So hopefully, it's good now, or at the very least, if it's not like it's better now. If nothing else, absolutely nothing else, it is better now. So that's really good. It seems like they've taken care of at least a decent amount of like his bugs, where because even if you do like even if you were to successfully grab people, like especially like get them, sometimes things would just be weird and wonky. Like for example, sometimes you would grab people and then you just stop grabbing them for no reason. They become infected, that you would have the animation start, and then you would just let them go. Which happened to me on the stairs of RPD with the pallet. If you haven't seen it, it's in one of the video. It's a couple of videos ago. Sorry about that. I got interrupted again. No, I don't know why I can't somehow find a time to just make a video without getting interrupted. It's not. Anyways, God, what was I saying? Oh yeah. So basically, like I was like dashing toward like an Elodie, and she like dropped a pallet like at the same time that I like kind of grabbed her. So what ended up happening, and apparently this happened to other people, is like basically it would like so I grabbed her, and it registered it, and she got infected, but the pallet still got dropped, and she teleported to the side I was on. Like I was like going up the stairs, she was like behind the pallet, and we like literally switched places. I don't think I got stunned. I don't think. But I did like switch places and have to break and stuff and whatever, and like she go, and it was so bizarre, and apparently happened to other people. Plus, besides that situation, like again, like also especially if like there's like any slight elevation, this might still be a problem, at least in certain scenarios. But essentially, so one of the mechanics of his grab is if you go off a ledge or like get to a ledge, you will no longer like keep like going forward. You'll just like drop them. And I think they can maybe still like get thrown into something and collide with an object and get injured. Maybe, but at least in the P2B, you just drop them. Like they would just be fine. They're supposed to be infected, of course. Like if you like grab someone and didn't collide with anything, and then when you throw them, they don't collide anything. They just like don't get injured and are just infected. But like but like anyways, so you grab like are grabbing from an awful end, you'll just like drop them and whatever. But at least post release, I don't know if this was a problem in the P2B. I don't think it was. But basically, if there was like any kind of like elevation, like you like barely like went up and down, it would count as like being like off a ledge, even if it was again like a small elevation. Like there could be like probably like I don't know, like say like I don't know, like a like theoretically, like I don't know if this is like an actual thing, but like say there was like say like some kind of like pebble or something, like some small like rock like in the ground that like doesn't have like it had some collision, like you like kind of went up and off it or whatever. Like that would probably trigger as if you're going off a ledge and thus make you drop the survivor, even though it wasn't even that much of a drop, like at all, if at all. And I think there's some other things that were just not working properly, and just things in general. So whatever the case, it does seem like they've increased the hitbox for grabbing people, so that alone is really good, and they've at least tackled a number of the bugs. I don't know if they fixed like all of them, like of them like not like successfully like just grabbing people. Plus, there's like also the glitch of like you grab people and then you're just like both like stuck in the animation until you like hit something. You just slowly are just like going forward, and then also the hatch, like you just couldn't like grab people on it, and then if you try to like dash off of it, you also couldn't like do anything. Like it just negated your power, which kind of made trying to like like catch survivors in your hatch kind of impossible, kind of clutch plays like that. But yeah, we'll have to see. But I definitely want to play, in light of this, try and play more Wesker, because like the thing about Wesker is like his most fun thing is obviously the grabbing. It's a very fun and satisfying thing. But with the smaller hitbox, it made it a lot less possible to grab people, and thus made him feel not as like chaotic and powerful and just satisfying and so on and so forth. And I mean, to be fair, that's like his one thing. Like when you take away his power, all he is like, like you can still make distance with it. And, he still has, like, the voice lines, which are great, and, his general animations and sound effects and what have you, and, like, his ability to play around, like, palettes and windows, but, like, not being able to, like, grab people as much was definitely, like, I could feel it, and it didn't feel the same, Like, in P2P, it was just a blast, just grabbing people left and right, and then, as I'm sure, like, if you have any, if you, people who are watching, lovely people who are watching this, have seen any of the previous videos that I have made playing Wesker after the release of Project W, you'll definitely notice that I've gotten, and I've also, if you have also seen some of the PTB videos, at least one of them where I play Wesker in that, you can definitely tell I get a lot less grabs. Granted, I did in the last video we made, Dead by Daylight video we made, where I go for a bunch of virtuals with like Wraith, Huntress, and boy Wesker. Obviously, I go for more because the ritual is like injuring people with the bound 4 times, whatever. And like it was, I mean, it was very fun. Like it felt like it felt right. It just felt like, and like before that, like when I wasn't getting a lot of grabs a lot, because I mean, there's not a lot of opportunities to do so, and like you have to be like unbelievably precise, like so precise compared to even like Huntress, who's more generous, which is like, considering that Huntress is like throwing this, this small little, hatchet, compared to Wesker throwing his entire body toward you at like Mach 1. The fact that like the hatchet was more generous in its hitbox than Wesker's entire goddamn body. Yeah, it was not exactly great to play as. So I'm really good, because I was really hoping that they would do this and soon, which they did. I mean, it's only been, okay, so it came out the 30th. So it only took them about a week, entire whole week after its release. That's not too bad. So yeah, really glad they did that. Everything else sounded good. Also, it seems like they've supposedly fixed the problem with the orange glyph of being like kind of disorienting and like whatever. So I'm assuming it's back. Maybe. We'll have to see. But I think I think that's about it. Yeah, I didn't. I just kind of decided to do this like off the cuff. Just kind of see. What was the deal, and what was going on, and yeah, I'm very happy about this. So yeah, really glad that they fixed this, and and again, I kind of wish they would have like specified like exactly how much bigger, but nevertheless, it is bigger. So even if it's not by like a ton or something like that, like I don't know, it's still bigger. So whether or not it's like perfectly fixed now, or I mean perfectly isn't, but like as much as it can be, as long as it's like fair for both sides, where like Swarrows aren't getting grabbed when like he's like barely even near them, and also making sure that Wesker gets grabs when he should, instead of like sliding like directly like right against the survivors and even sometimes through them. Like as long as they make it so that like the grabs always feel like fair and justified, and like you feel like you get grabs when you should, and so on, that'll be perfect. Again, as much as it can be, I guess. Yeah, really happy about this. Very, very, very happy. Because also, if you have seen all the videos of me playing Wesker both into P2B and post-release of Project W, you'll definitely know that I've been having a lot of fun with him, despite all of his wonkiness and his weirdness and what have you. Very, very fun kill, very enjoyable. Also, like, he's really good, very fun, very satisfying, not like insanely hard, not like insanely easy, but not like super hard. And I think definitely he's gonna be like notably easier now that his grab hitbox has been increased. So that's really good. I'm so happy. So yeah, very happy. You did good behavior. You did good. So look out for me making a video of me playing a match or two of Wesker, kind of, you know, trying out, just kind of feeling around how he, you know, how he feels to play now that he has been properly, you know, fixed and whatnot. Generally, he's more fixed than he was before this update, you know. So anyways, yeah, I'm yeah, happy with it and very looking forward and excited to playing Wesker more and hopefully having a more fun and generally easier time doing so. So yeah, I think that's about it. So make sure to, you know, leave a like, comment, subscribe, you know, if you are so generous to do so or not. You don't have to, but you know, we'd really appreciate it. So we will do the live stream for Security Breach soonish, and or just also you know, videos for Security Breach. We did try to make one. Right? We made a video for Security Breach. However, for one, not a lot happened because I was just aimlessly running around, and I didn't really end up doing much in it, like at all. I made like pretty much no progress, to be honest. But you know, but even then, OBS started freaking out, and then I closed it, and it just whatever, like it basically got like erased, like pretty much like all of the video except like 4 minutes or something like that. Like yeah, it died. But again, you didn't miss out on much. I was just listening, running around, talking with Disco about random things, showed off some mods and some other things. And there were some fun sort of moments, but you know, so just want to say that. But yeah, we will be trying to do that soon, hopefully within the next day or two. And also, just want to say thank you guys very much for 39 subscribers, because holy crap, because it was just yesterday that we had like 37. Now we gained already 2 more, which has been happening a lot. Like recently we've been getting like 2 at a time. Like we got into like 31 at one point, then we lost 1, and then we eventually got to like 32 soon after that, and then like 34, then we got to 35, then 6, then 7, and now 39. Thank you guys very much for our, like, the rapid, like, subscriptions or whatever. Like, it's been wild for us, because, you know, we're not used to, like, having, like, this many subscribers come in, like, in such a short time span. I mean, it's been, like, within the span of like 2-3 weeks, like more or less. Like it's been pretty like fast. Like it's been crazy for especially like us, and you know. So again, thank you very much, and thank you for all of the views and all the likes and, you know, the kind comments and other things. Just thank you all very much. We really appreciate all of you. So hope you guys can enjoy, continue to enjoy our videos, and, you know, supporting us and what we do, you know, just making videos for the fun of it, and for the fun of, for others, you know, having fun watching our wild, crazy antics and what have you. So yeah, I think that's about it. Hope hope you guys enjoyed this. I know it wasn't super exciting, I was just reading thing, but, so hope you enjoy, I guess, and other videos in general. Hope you guys have a lovely and fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.